I'm standing in the dimly lit studio of my photography business in Portland, the air heavy with the scent of developer chemicals, the soft hum of the air conditioner a constant backdrop, my hands adjusting the lens on my camera, my heart racing with a thrill I haven't felt in years, my eyes darting to the door where Oliver, my new assistant, is setting up a backdrop, his movements precise, his smile a secret I can't ignore. The studio walls are lined with black and white prints from past shoots, a vintage tripod leaning in the corner, a stack of unopened film canisters on the shelf, the window overlooking a narrow alley where rain puddles reflect the neon sign of a nearby bar. My name's Mia, I'm 32, a wedding photographer who's built a small but thriving business capturing other people's love stories. And I'm married to Nolan, a 35-year-old high school history teacher who's been my rock for 7 years. The man I thought I'd grow old with, the man I thought I'd never betray, the man I thought I'd always love, the man I thought I'd never hurt, the man I thought I'd never lose. But now, as I watch Oliver adjust the lighting, "You're a natural with that camera, Mia," a compliment that sends a shiver down my spine. I'm starting to wonder if I've been lying to myself all along. If I've been craving something more, if I've been chasing a spark I can't resist, if I've been setting myself up for a fall, if I've been dooming everything I've built. Nolan and I met at a friend's barbecue in the Pearl District, the summer air warm, the Willamette River sparkling in the distance, his plaid shirt rolled up to his elbows, his "I bet you'd take a great photo of this sunset, Mia." A line that made me smile, a line that drew me in, a line that sparked a connection, a line that ignited a flame, a line that started our story. He was steady, the kind of man who'd bring me coffee on early shoot days, the kind of man who'd spend hours gratting papers at the kitchen table, a red pen in hand, the kind of man who'd plan quiet weekends at Powell's Books, browsing the poetry section together, the kind of man who'd love me through my worst days, the kind of man I thought I'd always need. We married 4 years ago at a small vineyard in the Willamette Valley, the rows of grapevines stretching into the horizon, the sun setting behind us in a blaze of orange and pink, our vows a promise I meant to keep, a promise I intended to honor, a promise I planned to cherish, a promise I'd eventually break, a promise I'd ultimately shatter. But lately, our marriage has felt like a routine, a series of predictable moments. "Nolan's, how was your day, babe?" A question I answer on autopilot, my "fine, just busy," a response that conceals my growing restlessness. Our evenings spent watching documentaries on the couch, the same gray throw blanket over our laps, the same bowl of popcorn between us, the same silence filling the gaps where laughter used to be. I've been feeling trapped, my "I need more, Nolan," a thought I've never dared to voice. My "I miss the excitement," a longing I've kept buried. My "I want to feel alive again," a desire I've tried to suppress. My "I'm not the same Mia anymore," a truth I've refused to face. My "I'm not sure I love you anymore," a confession I've never dared to make. That's when Oliver came into my life, a 29-year-old freelance videographer I hired to help with a big wedding shoot, his dark hair falling into his eyes, his "let's make this shoot epic, Mia," a challenge I couldn't resist, a challenge that drew me in, a challenge that awakened me, a challenge I'd chase, a challenge I'd fall for. It started innocently enough, our late nights editing footage in the studio, the glow of the computer screen casting shadows on the walls, the sound of rain tapping against the windows, our laughter filling the space. "You're incredible, Mia," a whisper that made my heart race, a whisper that set my skin on fire, a whisper that tested my resolve, a whisper that blurred my boundaries, a whisper that shifted my world. One night, after a particularly grueling shoot, we opened a bottle of Pinot Noir, the wine a deep ruby in our glasses, the studio quiet except for the hum of the fridge, his hand brushing mine as he passed me the bottle, the touch electric, the moment charged, the air thick with unspoken tension. The night a turning point I couldn't stop, the night a turning point I didn't want to stop. We kissed, my lips on his, my hands in his hair, my mind racing with guilt, my heart racing with desire, my soul racing with betrayal, my marriage a memory I pushed away, my future a risk I didn't care to see. The kiss deepened, his hands on my waist, the studio fading into a blur, the rain outside a distant rhythm, my pulse a wild drumbeat, my conscience a faint whisper I ignored, my vows a distant echo I silenced. As we pulled apart, my phone buzzed on the desk, the screen lighting up with a missed call from Nalin, time-stamped just 5 minutes ago, a call I didn't hear over the music, a call I didn't feel through the haze, a call I didn't answer in my distraction, a call I didn't return in my recklessness, a call I'd regret ignoring. I glanced at the screen, it's just Nalin. He's probably checking in a dismissal I told myself, a dismissal I believed, a dismissal I acted on, a dismissal I'd rue, a dismissal I'd pay for. Oliver smiled, his "You're all mine tonight," Mia, a claim that thrilled me, a claim that scared me, a claim that tempted me, a claim that trapped me, a claim that doomed me. I silenced my phone, the screen going dark, my heart going dark, my conscience going dark, my hope going dark, my future going dark. My hands trembled as I grabbed the half-empty bottle of Pinot Noir, shoving it into a drawer beneath a stack of old invoices. A desperate attempt to erase the evidence, a futile effort to hide my betrayal, a reckless move to protect my secret, a doomed plan to shield my lies, a hopeless act to save my facade. I told myself it was a one-time thing, "It can't happen again, Oliver," a deception I spoke aloud, a deception I tried to believe, a deception I wanted to uphold, a deception I failed to maintain, a deception I abandoned. But it didn't stop, our stolen moments becoming a routine, lunch breaks in his car, the windows fogged with our breath, quick kisses in the darkroom, the red light casting a glow on our skin, late-night texts I deleted before Nalin could see, "I'm working late, babe," a cover I used, a cover I honed, a cover I depended on, a cover I'd come to regret, a cover I'd pay dearly for. I hid it from Nalin, my "everything's fine, I'm just stressed," a deflection I mastered, my phone always on silent, my studio schedule a labyrinth of excuses, my guilt a tidal wave I couldn't outrun, my betrayal a secret I fiercely guarded, my love a facade I struggled to maintain. I thought I could keep it under control, my Nalin will never find out, a false hope I clung to, a false hope I needed, a false hope I lived by, a false hope I'd lose with, a false hope I'd destroy with. It's a rainy Tuesday evening in October, and I'm standing in our Portland apartment, the living room lit by the soft glow of a floor lamp. The sound of rain pattering against the windows, the air filled with the scent of the lasagna Nalin's baking, my hands fidgeting with the hem of my sweater, my heart pounding with a mix of fear and defiance, my mind racing with the web of deceit I've spun, the web I've woven, the web I've hidden, the web I've protected, the web I've endangered. The apartment is cozy, a knitted throw draped over the couch, a stack of Nalin's history books on the coffee table, a framed photo of us at the vineyard on the mantel, a reminder of a love I've jeopardized, a love I've tarnished, a love I've forsaken, a love I've betrayed, a love I've lost. Nalin is in the kitchen, his apron dusted with flour, his dinner's almost ready, Mia. A warmth I don't deserve, a warmth I can't feel, a warmth I can't return, a warmth I can't accept, a warmth I can't hold on to. I've been on edge all day, my phone buzzing with a text from Oliver, his "can't stop thinking about you," a message I deleted immediately, a message I couldn't risk, a message I couldn't face, a message I couldn't ignore, a message I couldn't resist. Nalin has been different lately. His "you've been working a lot, Mia," a comment that carries a sharp edge, his "who's been texting you so late?" a question that makes my stomach twist, his "I feel like you're not here even when you're here," an observation that cuts too deep, an observation that stings too sharply, an observation that reveals too much, an observation that terrifies me, an observation that traps me. I've been brushing him off, my "it's just work, babe," I'm swamped, a falsehood I've perfected, my "you're imagining things," Nalin a dismissal I've honed, my "I love you," that a reassurance I've forced, a reassurance I've fabricated, a reassurance I've violated. But tonight, as we sit down to dinner, the lasagna steaming on our plates, the rain a steady drum outside, I can feel the tension building, the storm gathering, the truth lurking, the betrayal waiting, the end drawing near. Nalin sets his fork down, his "Mia, we need to talk," a statement that sends a chill through my veins, a statement that quickens my pulse, a statement that tightens my throat, a statement that sparks my dread, a statement that heralds my ruin. I force a smile, my sure, babe, what's up? A mask I wear, a mask I need, a mask I depend on, a mask I hide behind, a mask I'll lose with. He looks at me, his brown eyes searching. I found a receipt in your jacket pocket for a coffee shop in the Alberta Arts District, dated last Thursday at 8 p.m. A discovery that makes my blood freeze, a discovery that steals my breath, a discovery that cracks my facade, a discovery that shakes my foundation, a discovery that stops my heart. I was supposed to be at a client meeting that night. My "I'll be late, don't wait up" an excuse I gave Nolan, an excuse I thought was secure, an excuse I thought was airtight, an excuse I thought was safe, an excuse I thought would hold. I swallow hard my that I stopped for coffee on my way to the meeting, a fabrication I scramble to construct, a fabrication I struggle to sell, a fabrication I fight to defend, a fabrication I strive to protect, a fabrication I hope to save. Nolan's eyes narrow. The meeting you said was downtown? The Alberta Arts District is nowhere near there, Mia. A challenge I can't evade, a challenge I can't deflect, a challenge I can't escape, a challenge I can't outrun, a challenge I can't survive. I laugh, the sound hollow, my eye got turned around. Portland traffic, you know? A story I hope he'll accept, a story I hope he'll buy, a story I hope he'll believe, a story I hope he'll overlook, a story I hope he'll forget. But he doesn't. And who were you with? Because the receipt was for 2 coffees, a question that corners me, a question that ensnares me, a question that exposes me, a question that undoes me, a question that condemns me. Nolan's expression darkens further. And there's something else. I noticed your jacket smells like cologne, Mia, and it's not mine. A revelation that makes my heart plummet, a revelation that makes my breath catch, a revelation that makes my lies crumble, a revelation that makes my world tremble, a revelation that makes my soul shatter. I freeze, my mind racing to explain the scent of Oliver's cologne, a woody, citrusy note that clung to me after our last meeting, a scent I didn't notice, a scent I didn't wash away, a scent I didn't hide, a scent I didn't erase, a scent I didn't expect to betray me. My heart pounds as I imagine Nolan piecing it all together, his trust eroding with every second, my carefully constructed world on the brink of collapse, my secrets teetering on the edge of exposure, my life hanging by a thread I can't hold. I stammer, it's probably from a client. I hug someone at a shoot, a lie I throw out, a lie I grasp at, a lie I cling to, a lie I falter with, a lie I fall with. Nolan leans back in his chair, a client named Oliver. Because I saw his name pop up on your phone last week. Mia, a revelation that makes my heart stop, a revelation that steals my breath, a revelation that shatters my defenses, a revelation that ends my charade, a revelation that breaks my soul. I feel the blood drain from my face, my Oliver. Just my assistant, Nolan, you're being paranoid, a defense I throw up, a defense I hold on to, a defense I fight for, a defense I stumble with, a defense I collapse with. He shakes his head, I want to believe you, Mia, but something feels off. I need you to be honest with me, a plea I can't answer, a plea I can't honor, a plea I can't meet, a plea I can't face, a plea I can't fulfill. I stand up, my chair scraping against the floor. I can't believe you're accusing me of something when I've done nothing wrong. A falsehood I shout, a falsehood I wield, a falsehood I weaponize, a falsehood I use, a falsehood I destroy with. I storm out of the kitchen, my hands trembling, my tears falling, my guilt surging, my shame scorching, my betrayal a fire I can't extinguish. I lock myself in the bathroom, the mirror reflecting a woman I don't recognize, a woman I despise, a woman I resent, a woman I've become, a woman I've lost. I text Oliver, my Nolan, asking questions. I need to be more careful, a warning I send, a warning a warning I follow, a warning I break, a warning I'll regret. He replies, we'll figure it out, Mia. I can't lose you, a vow I cling to, a vow I crave, a vow I exploit, a vow I twist, a vow I'll pay for. It's our 7th anniversary, and I'm standing in the dining room of our Portland apartment, the table set with candles and a bottle of Willamette Valley Pinot Noir, the same kind we had at our wedding. The air filled with the scent of the steak Nolan's grilling, the sound of jazz playing softly from the living room, my hands smoothing the red dress I wore on our first date, my heart pounding with a mix of hope and dread, my mind racing with the secrets I've kept, the secrets I've guarded. The secrets I've hidden, the secrets I've protected, the secrets I've endangered. The dining room is intimate, a bouquet of roses in a vase on the table, the window overlooking the city lights, the rain streaking down the glass, a reminder of the storm I've brought into our lives, a storm I've created, a storm I've nurtured, a storm I've unleashed, a storm I can't control. I've been trying to make things right with Nalan, my let's make tonight special. Babes, a plan I proposed, a plan I hoped would mend, a plan I hoped would heal, a plan I hoped would save, a plan I hoped would redeem. But as I light the candles, their flames flickering in the dim light, I can feel the weight of my betrayal, the weight of my guilt, the weight of my shame, the weight of my deception, the weight of my ruin. Nalan has been distant since our argument. His "I just need time, Mia," a response I've heard too often, his smiles forced, his touches rare, his eyes searching, his trust fractured, his love fatting. I've been trying to win him back, my "I love you, Nalan," a truth I still believe, a truth I still feel, a truth I still want, a truth I still need, a truth I've violated. I've cut back on my time with Oliver, my "we need to cool off for a while," a boundary I set, a boundary I intended, a boundary I broke, a boundary I ignored, a boundary I'll regret. But I couldn't stop completely, our stolen moments too intoxicating. His "I need you, Mia," a pull I couldn't resist, a pull I couldn't fight, a pull I couldn't escape, a pull I couldn't deny, a pull I couldn't survive. When I told Oliver we needed to pause, his reaction was colder than I expected. His "if that's what you want, Mia, but don't expect me to wait around." A threat that chilled me, a threat that revealed his detachment, a threat that exposed his selfishness, a threat that deepened my doubt, a threat that shattered my trust. I realized then that I'd been a fool, chasing a fantasy with a man who didn't truly care, a man who saw me as a means to an end, a man who mirrored my own betrayal, a man who left me more alone than ever. Tonight, I've planned a perfect evening, my let's forget everything and just be us, a hope I hold on to, a hope I need, a hope I chase, a hope I believe, a hope I'll lose. But as I adjust the roses on the table, my hands trembling with the weight of what I've done, I can't shake the fear that tonight will be the end, the fear that Nalan knows more than he's let on, the fear that my lies will catch up to me, the fear that my world will collapse, the fear that my love will vanish. Nalan comes out of the kitchen, his "you look beautiful, Mia," a compliment that makes my heart ache, a compliment that stirs my remorse, a compliment that burns my conscience, a compliment that weighs on my soul, a compliment that breaks my resolve. We sit down to dinner, the steak perfectly cooked, the wine a deep ruby in our glasses, the jazz a soft melody in the background, the candles casting a warm glow, the moment a mirage I've created, a mirage I've crafted, a mirage I've perfected, a mirage I've relied on, a mirage I'll lose. But the evening takes a devastating turn when Nalan sets his glass down. His "I found something today, Mia," a statement that sends a chill through my veins, a statement that quickens my pulse, a statement that tightens my throat, a statement that sparks my dread, a statement that heralds my ruin. He pulls out his phone, his "I was looking for a photo from our wedding to post for our anniversary, but I found this instead." A revelation that makes my blood freeze, a revelation that steals my breath, a revelation that cracks my facade, a revelation that shakes my foundation, a revelation that stops my heart. He shows me the screen, a screenshot of a text thread between me and Oliver, messages I thought I'd deleted but had synced to our shared cloud. His "I can't wait to see you tonight," and my "I'll sneak away after Nalan's asleep," a betrayal he can't unsee, a betrayal he can't forgive, a betrayal he can't forget, a betrayal he can't endure, a betrayal he can't overcome. I feel the air leave my lungs, my Nalan. I can explain a plea I stammer, a plea I grasp at, a plea I cling to, a plea I stumble with, a plea I collapse with. He shakes his head, his "Don't, Mia, I've been trying to trust you. But this is too much," a verdict that sears my skin, a verdict that blinds my eyes, a verdict that deafens my ears, a verdict that breaks my spirit, a verdict that ends my hope. His hands tremble as he sets the phone down, his eyes glistening with unshed tears, his voice breaking as he whispers, "I thought tonight would be a new beginning for us." A confession that pierces me, a confession that wounds me, a confession that shatters me, a confession that haunts me, a confession that damns me. I stand up, my "it didn't mean anything, Nolan. I love you," a falsehood I throw out, a falsehood I wield, a falsehood I weaponize, a falsehood I use, a falsehood I destroy with. He stands too, his "you've been lying to me for months, Mia, on our anniversary, of all days, a truth I can't confront, a truth I can't accept, a truth I can't bear, a truth I can't believe, a truth I can't escape." Nolan walks to the bedroom, his steps heavy. His "I can't do this anymore, Mia," a rejection that shatters my heart, a rejection that collapses my world, a rejection that extinguishes my dreams, a rejection that erases my hopes, a rejection that ends my love. I follow him, my tears falling, my "please, Nolan, we can work through this," a plea I mean, a plea I need, a plea I offer, a plea I hope for, a plea I'll break. I grab his arm as he packs a bag, my fingers digging into his sleeve, my voice desperate as I beg, "Don't leave me, Nolan, I'll change, I swear." A promise I can't keep, a promise I do mean, a promise I can't fulfill, a promise I can't honor, a promise I can't save. He pulls away, his "I need to be somewhere else tonight," a decision I can't stop, a decision I can't fight, a decision I can't change, a decision I can't undo, a decision I can't survive. He leaves, the door closing with a finality that echoes through the apartment, the candles still burning, the jazz still playing, the wine still untouched, the steak growing cold, the night a wreckage I've created, a wreckage I've crafted, a wreckage I've caused, a wreckage I've unleashed, a wreckage I'll live with. It's 2 months after our anniversary, and I'm sitting in my Portland studio. The space empty except for my camera on a tripod, the air cold and stale. The sound of traffic, a distant hum outside, my hands clutching a cup of coffee that's gone cold, my eyes staring at the blank wall, the wall staring back at me, the wall a reflection of my emptiness, the wall a reflection of my failure, the wall a reflection of my regret, the wall a reflection of my struggle, the wall a reflection of my void. The studio is a mess, prints scattered on the floor, a broken light stand in the corner, a reminder of a shoot I canceled, a reminder of a life I've lost, a reminder of a love I've destroyed, a reminder of a dream I've shattered, a reminder of a world I've ruined. I've been trying to keep my business afloat, my photography gigs the only thing I have left, my clients the only people who still call, my work the only thing I can control, my art the only thing I can pour myself into, my routine the only thing I can cling to, my world the only thing I can't reclaim. I've lost several clients there. "We heard about your personal issues, Mia. We'd rather work with someone else." A rejection that stings, a rejection that isolates me, a rejection that humbles me, a rejection that wounds me, a rejection that haunts me. I've been isolated since Nolan left, my phone silent, my inbox empty, my social media a desolate space, my friends distant, my family disappointed, my life a barren landscape, my heart a barren landscape, my soul a barren landscape, my world a barren landscape. A void I can't escape, a void I can't endure, a void I can't overcome, a void I can't heal from. Nolan has moved on, his social media showing him at a history conference in Seattle, his smile brighter than I've ever seen, his life vibrant, his heart mended, his world restored, a world I can't touch, a world I can't enter, a world I can't belong to. Oliver has disappeared, his "I can't handle the drama, Mia," a rejection that pierced me, a rejection that wounded me, a rejection that fractured me, a rejection that isolated me, a rejection that abandoned me. My friends have taken Nolan's side. "There, you broke his heart, Mia." A condemnation I can't silence, a condemnation I can't refute, a condemnation I can't evade, a condemnation I can't outlive, a condemnation I can't outrun. I run into Nolan's best friend, Ethan, at a coffee shop in the Hawthorne district, the air thick with the scent of roasted beans, the baristas chatter a background hum, his expression a mix of pity and disdain, his "I didn't expect to see you here, Mia," a greeting I can't return, a greeting I can't stomach, a greeting I can't face, a greeting I can't bear, a greeting I can't escape. He sits down, his Nolan been a wreck, but he's finally healing, a revelation that cuts me, a revelation that wounds me, a revelation that breaks me, a revelation that haunts me, a revelation that damns me. He continues, his "He loved you so much, Mia. How could you do that to him?" a question I can't answer, a question I can't face, a question I can't accept, a question I can't confront, a question I can't handle. I sit there, the coffee cup cold in my hands, the steam long gone, my mind reeling with the idea that Nolan was fighting for us while I was fighting against us. A realization that cuts deeper than I expected. A realization that wounds more than I imagined. A realization that breaks more than I thought. I've been trying to find myself again, walking along the Willamette River at dawn, the water a gray mirror under the steel bridge, the air cold against my skin, the scent of wet pavement grounding me, a lone jogger passing by, the silence a mirror of my solitude, the solitude a mirror of my grief, the rain a mirror of my sorrow. I think about how I used to dream of capturing this river in a perfect shot, its stillness a contrast to my chaos, its depth a reflection of my loss, its flow a reminder of time I can't reclaim, its beauty a taunt I can't endure, its presence a weight I can't bear. I've been shooting photos, my camera capturing the city's quiet moments. A street vendor arranging flowers, a cyclist weaving through traffic, a mural fading on a brick wall. The lens a way to see, a way to feel, a way to process, a way to rediscover, a way to heal, one frame at a time, one click at a time, one day at a time, one moment at a time, one breath at a time. But every time I try to move forward, I think about that anniversary night, the way Nolan found those texts, the way I lied to his face, the way I broke his trust, the way I ruined our marriage, the way I demolished our future, the way I erased our world. I think about the lies, the way I thought I could keep them hidden, the way I thought I could protect my marriage, the way I thought I could have it all, the way I thought I could escape the consequences, the way I thought I could outrun the truth. I think about the moment Nolan found those texts, the moment he walked away, the moment he left me, the moment he ended us, the moment he moved on. I think about what I could have done differently, what I might have missed, what I might have done to keep Nolan, to keep Oliver, to keep my friends, to keep my family, to keep my place, to keep my dream, to keep my future, to keep my world. But then I stop, my hands clenching into fists, my tears falling onto the studio floor, my heart heavy with a narrative I can't let go, a narrative I can't reject, a narrative I can't confront, a narrative I can't abandon, a narrative I can't escape. It's not my fault. It's his, it's Nolan's, it's always been Nolan's. He never gave me the excitement I craved, never understood my passion, never saw my restlessness, never met my needs, never kept me alive. He made me feel trapped, made me feel bored, made me feel unloved, made me feel unseen, made me seek what I did, made me hurt, made me break, made me fall, made me nothing. I stand up, the chair scraping against the floor, my tears falling, my voice breaking as I whisper. He stripped me of everything I was. He stripped my happiness, he stripped my purpose, he stripped my dreams, he stripped my future, he stripped my world, and I'll never pardon him, I'll never forget him, I'll never release him, I'll never let him prevail, I'll never let him find solace. I pack up my camera, the studio silent, the city moving on outside, the rain still falling, the sky a dreary gray, the distant sound of a streetcar a reminder of the world I've lost, my heart heavy but my mind unyielding, my future uncertain but my sorrow a constant, my pain a shadow but my guilt a chain, my story unresolved but my loneliness a fire, my strength a facade that's barely holding, my hope a flicker that's barely alive, my life a struggle that's barely survivable, one day at a time. One breath at a time, one moment at a time, one heartbeat at a time, my sorrow, my guilt, my loneliness, my shame, my collapse, my void, my torment.